Right now we are reading Cursed Bunny. I am about 32-ish pages in. It is definitely weird. I don't know if it's weird in the way that I want it to be weird. It's short stories, which I didn't realize that's what it was. So we'll see how it goes. The first story was strange, definitely. It was really odd. And again, I don't know if it's in the way that I want it to be weird, but we'll see. It's not that long, so hopefully I can finish it today. I have my matcha, my little cup. I am ready to read. Okay, so I just finished Cursed Bunny. Overall, I would give it 3 stars. It was good. Some of the stories were weird in the way that I was hoping were weird, but they were some of the shorter stories. And the stories that I really liked were, like I said, some of the shorter ones. The first 3, The Head, Embodiment, and Cursed Bunny, were fine. They were just, in my opinion, you know, they were fine, like 3-star stories. The Frozen Finger, Snare, and Goodbye My Love were my 3 favorites. Those I would probably put in like the 3.75 range. Scars, not my favorite. I did not like that one, and that one unfortunately was the longest. But then Home Sweet Home, Rule of the Winds and Sands, that one I did enjoy. That one was more like fantasy-esque, and I did like that one. That one, though, was only 20 pages long. And then Reunion, again, was fine. It was like 3 stars. So I would say there was 4 that I thoroughly enjoyed, and then I was like, oh yeah, these are really good. I wish they were longer. And then the one that I did not like, Scars, was the longest, and I wish that that one was genuinely much, much shorter. And the rest of them were just fine. They were okay. I was fine with the length of them. The first 2, I feel like, were really short, and I felt like that was good for those ones. They were so odd and so strange. I kind of almost don't even really want to talk about them because they were kind of gross, and not in like a gory way. They involved like bodily fluids and things that the body gets rid of. I didn't enjoy it very much. But the other 4 that I mentioned, I did genuinely really enjoy. So that was Cursed Bunny. Overall, 3 stars. I don't really know what I want to read right now. I'm torn. I'm like looking at my bookshelves, but I'm torn between a few. Let me grab them and we'll talk about them. Okay, so the books I have right now that I'm kind of torn between are these 4. So the first one is Golden Sun, which is the second book in the Red Rising series. Emotionally, I don't know if I'm ready for it quite yet. Red Rising was sad, and I've heard that the rest of the series just gets even more sad. So I don't know, we'll see. Vampires of El Norte, I am leaning towards more of like an October read. I feel like it might be more in that realm. I heard that it has more romance than you would expect it to, but I do really want to read this book. So it's a contender. My roommate is a vampire. It's just like really intriguing to me right now, and it is a romance, and I have not been in the mood for romance at all in the last handful of months. Literally 6 months or something like that. I have not been in the mood for romance. So the fact that I am in the mood for this is kind of what's pushing me to want to read it right now, while that, you know, spark of romance is in me, I guess. So this one is a top contender. The last one I am debating because it's really short and I feel like it'll be a fast read, and I am interested in reading it, so I'm kind of like, do I just read it now? So it's The Fifth Lock from an independent local author. I'm pretty positive she lives in San Diego because the book is based in San Diego, and it's also like a crime book, and I just finished watching Criminal Minds, and it was really hard for me. It was really, I was like bawling my eyes out. Like I had like literal like tears like on my face. Like my face was wet finishing Criminal Minds. But you know, it's just like an end of an era, and so this is kind of like giving me that vibe, and maybe we'll scratch that itch of devastation after finishing Criminal Minds. So I don't know. I mean, like flipping through it, there's like a lot of really cool stuff in here. There's like article clippings and things like that. So I don't know. This one does sound really interesting. I think I'm gonna start with this one, and if it doesn't draw me in the first few pages, then I will switch to My Roommate is a Vampire. This one is by Becca Lynn. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna start this one, see how I feel, and then if not, I'm gonna go into My Roommate is a Vampire. Okay, so I've been reading this book on and off for hours. And I'm only barely on page 83. The story is not bad. The story is genuinely interesting, but I am not enjoying it. And I also kind of assume, I don't know obviously because I haven't finished it, but I'm just assuming that the story is going to go in a very specific direction, and if it didn't, I would be genuinely shocked because I just feel like it can't really go in any other direction. So I'm DNFing it. I'll give it a couple weeks, because if I'm not going to read it in the next couple of weeks, I'm not going to read it. So I'll give it a couple weeks and see how I feel and decide then if I'm going to keep it or not. For the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to start reading My Roommate is a Vampire. We're going to read this, and hopefully this book, The Fifth Lock, did not put me into a reading slump, because that would really stink. I have a lot of books I want to read. Okay, right now I was flipping through the book and I did not know that there were like what looks like text messages and like letters and stuff like that. So that's kind of fun. And the little chapter headings are super cute. We are on our way to go meet Matt Dinman for the release of his new book. Also, Jeff hasn't read any of them, so
spoilers.
Probably.
At the same time.
They're so big we could have done that.
They are. They're XL. Which I was saying that Carl would be an XL, right?
Yeah, oh definitely. He's 6'3", so.
He's a beefy boy. 6'3", yeah. I think you have, what's good anyway?
There's people over here and I'm not even like looking at you guys.
It's fine, they don't deserve you. Tell me about, okay, so this Inevitable, is there anything that was particularly challenging in writing this Inevitable Ruin, since it is 5,000 words or 5,000 pages long? Like,
Yeah.
do you get lost in that? How do you
It is.
find your way
It's
through,
extremely challenging to write a book with so many different things happening at once.
Okay guys, so I'm checking in. It's Saturday. This video is like all over the place. It's genuinely so long. I just wanted to do a quick book haul. I went to Barnes & Noble for Alchemized and I did in fact get it. This book is £1,000,000. It is so heavy. It is genuinely so heavy. Like, why is it so heavy? I don't know. I don't know why it's so heavy. But it is. That's what I went to Barnes & Noble for. The air conditioning is on. You guys are at the worst angle. I just wanted to, you know, hop on here real quick and give you guys an update because this week's video is truly chaotic. So I'm sorry. And then I have been eyeing this book for months. I don't know. Oh, the air just turned off. Yay. I don't know when this book came out. I will check right now. But I have been eyeing this book for months. And every time I go to Barnes & Noble, I really, really want to buy it. But I know nothing about it. I've never read a book by this author before. And I'm pretty sure she's known for like her spicy books, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, whatever. If it's in the book, it's in the book. But I don't like go out of my way to like buy spicy books. But this book looks absolutely beautiful, and it was $5 off, had a $5 off sticker, so I bought it because I was like, that's a sign. So Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair. Just the cover itself is really pretty. Kind of, I think is more like either urban or like in the future is what it kind of looks like. I don't know. And I have been wanting to read more like urban fantasy type stuff. Look at this cover. Like, how is that not like one of the most beautiful books you've ever seen? And then the inside also, like, isn't that so crazy? It's giving me like Crescent City vibes, you know, like urban fantasy. Anyway, I'm really excited about this one. And like, look how pretty that is. I'm trying not to read anything. I don't want to spoil anything for myself. But anyway, that was my book haul. me because I have been filming this video for a while now and I don't remember what I talked to you guys about last or what I was doing last, but basically I finished Bunny. I was reading it for a Fable book club. I'm trying to pull it up on my Kobo, but anyway, I finished Bunny and I wanted to talk to you guys about it because it is such an interesting book. The entire time you have no clue what's going on. You have no idea what is happening. I already did like a little recap on TikTok and then I posted my review on Fable. So I will link, or not link, but I'll like put my handle for both of those down below in the description if you guys want to check those out. But I don't know how I feel about this book. I rated it 3.5 stars. I finished it yesterday. And the entire time I was reading it, I was like talking to my mom about it, telling her things. She was invested. I was over on Fable, just like typing away, reading everyone's comments and reviews. This book just literally makes no sense. There's not going to be any like major spoilers about anything that happens per se, but there are some spoilers about just the general like premise of the story and like and stuff like that. So if you haven't read it or you like really don't want to know anything about this book, then I will put like a little timestamp for when I'm done talking about Bunny. But this book, the best way I found to describe it, I was talking to my boyfriend about it and I was trying to explain it to him, and I was like, right now we're watching Lost, and so I was like, oh, you know, in Lost how, and like I guess spoilers for Lost, I haven't finished it, so don't spoil anything for me, but we're on the second to last season. So you know how like in Lost, you obviously know they're on an island, you know that, and where I'm at now, you know that like time travel is possible, and you know who all the characters are and the general roles that they play, but you don't actually know what the heck is going on. And like at the end of every episode, you're left with more questions than answers. That's how Bunny is. Literally, that's exactly how it is. Like every chapter, you're left with more questions than you are answers. At the end of the book, you don't get any answers. And if you are not a type of person that is okay with that, then this book is not for you. Like, do not read this book. Like, if you need solid answers, if you need clarification for everything that happens in a book, don't even bother. Don't read this book. It's not gonna leave you satisfied. I enjoy weird, strange books, and so I did enjoy the journey of this book. I did not enjoy the destination that the book led us to. I don't need answers, but I was hoping for a little bit more clarification. And again, like I said, you do not get that in this book. So yeah, that's just my like general light review of this book. So today we're gonna continue reading Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. This is my book club book for my bookstore Pour Over Prose, my pop-up used bookstore Pour Over Prose. We're reading this book. I started yesterday after I finished Bunny, and I'm about 75-ish pages in. My mom already finished it. She finished it in like a week and a half-ish or so. So I'm hoping I can finish it in like the next few days, because I also have a couple other books that I want to finish by the end of October. So we're going to go ahead and read Not Quite Dead Yet, and I will keep you guys updated on my thoughts and feelings about this book. I've heard mixed reviews. My mom really enjoyed it. I'm not a big thriller person, so we'll see, but so far it's good. The beginning, like the first chapter or two, I was not really that interested. The main character, Jet, she kind of annoyed me. And also I've seen reviews about how the F word is dropped like 1,000,000 times, and I was like, there's no way like it could be dropped that many times. No, it is. It's dropped like literally every other sentence. It's getting to the point where it's excessive, but it's not. It's just one word also, so it doesn't necessarily take you out of the story. I hate when that happens, but I also like, why, you know? I don't know. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you know, and we're gonna go ahead and do that now. 177 pages into Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. So just under half of the book. I read it, most of it today. So far it's fine, it's good. I mean, it's not like my favorite book ever, but it's interesting enough. It's kept me interested and intrigued in wanting to find out what happened to Jet. In the beginning, I did not like her. Like, she was so annoying. I was just like, girl, you need to like stop being so annoying. But then after the accident, or not the accident, it wasn't an accident, after the person tries to kill her, she gets better. She's not as annoying. She, I think, becomes more of like a human, like a more, you know, fleshed out character. I think just in the first like chapter or two, she just really wasn't all that fleshed out, but she does get better. And I really like Billy, the side character that's been like helping her and stuff. He's really fun. I have a lot of theories and, well, not theories necessarily, but a lot of thoughts. And my mom, like I said earlier, she read this and she really enjoyed it. So I've been talking to her about it. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to read more tonight, and then I don't know if I'll be able to finish it by tomorrow, but we'll keep reading throughout the week. I don't know how much more I'll vlog of this, just because I do need to start editing this video and get it up by Friday, and I have a lot of things happening this week, but so far, so good. And yeah, this is the book club pick for Pour Over Prose. So if you guys ever want to join our book club, it's on Fable. I will link that down below also, or include like the Fable group. It's just Pour Over Pages, which is our book club name. But yeah, those are my thoughts for now. I know that some people that I know have rated it like 3.5 stars, which I still think is a good rating. And I feel like that's probably where I'm going to stand, unless the ending's like super crazy or whatever, but probably about 3.5 stars is kind of like the vibe that I'm getting from the book. And for me, I feel like that's pretty good, because I don't really like thriller mystery books all that much. It's not really like, at least to me, it's not very thrilling, you know, like there's not a lot of suspense or anything like that. Like, she's just investigating. So for me, it's more like mystery, which maybe that's why I like it more than I thought I was going to, because I don't really enjoy thrillers that much, but I do like mystery books sometimes. So yeah, but it's pretty good. Not too bad. Her mom, oh my gosh, her mom is so annoying. I'm just like, what is your problem? Your daughter's literally dying and you're acting this way? Like, I don't know. It's just really annoying. Some of the other characters that I don't think are the person who tried to kill her or who killed her, they're super suspicious. Like, they're doing shady things, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, there must be some other side thing that's happening, because no one is giving me murderer vibes, you know? I don't know. So we'll see how that goes, and whether or not any of those characters, you know, end up having any other secret side things that are happening. But yeah, I think Jet is really funny. There's a lot of like jokes that she makes, and I have like very sarcastic kind of dark humor, and so they're kind of funny. They're all like death jokes about, you know, her dying and stuff, and I think they're funny, and she thinks they're funny. She also doesn't like children, which I'm not the biggest fan of children either. Like, they're fine, but they're not my favorite things. She does not like them either, and I think it's hilarious. So I think that's funny. I can relate to her in that aspect. But yeah, so I do enjoy her as a character, at least for right now. Who knows, you know, how the rest of the book will go. But yeah.